All right, so we made it to the gym. We got one other early bird, looks like one employee heading in, and got my cold brew. So I was just thinking about how my Saturday mornings used to look versus how my Saturday mornings look now. And not to put down that version of myself, because without him, I wouldn't be where I am today. But how much happier I am with the lifestyle that I live now. Genuinely happier. So when I was in college and I was staying up late and I was drinking a lot and I was partying, I would have those highs, but they would come with a lot of lows. And I remember being so hungover on Saturdays, completely ruin my Sundays. I'd be in bed all day, I'd be sweating, I'd be door dashing, I'd be puking and drinking water and trying to drink water, and my days were just absolutely shot. And then I would go through my week and just be so excited for the weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then the cycle would kind of repeat itself. And if that is what you do, that's totally fine. If you choose to do that, if you're conscious, if you're awake, if you're aware and you're intentional and you're like, this is what I love to do. I don't think drinking's bad. I think everything in moderation, right? So don't get it twisted with what I'm saying, because if you still go out and you like to have drinks at dinner, that's totally cool. Especially with good people. Especially celebrating. But anyway, I haven't been hungover since December of 2023. So almost 2 years. And what I've noticed is I'm just a lot more even, man. Like, I'm just, sure, I don't have these crazy highs and these crazy lows, although I would argue there's a lot of highs, whether it's just like a sunrise or a good conversation with a friend or a stranger, or I don't know, good workout, hitting the sauna, stuff that brings me joy. Being a lot more even, I feel grounded, I feel present, I feel happier. And you don't have to go it's not one or the other. But I encourage you to be aware of your feelings and of your emotions, because on those days where I would drink and have these super high highs and then kind of crash and have these super low lows, life felt kind of gray. I didn't really have that much drive. I didn't really have that much discipline. I kind of felt like anxious and unsettled. And that came like later on, like when I was younger and I was drinking, I didn't really have those issues. It was just kind of like pure fun. And so it served me at that point, and it doesn't really serve me anymore. The last time I drank, I remember I was at a celebration. It was at Hershey, and it was for my uncle in this car, Pennsylvania Automotive Association. I drank a ton of wine. I had a ton of fun. I danced all night, and I had been doing a challenge leading up to it. And I was super disciplined. I was super driven. Now, meanwhile, it was the middle of winter, and back when I was in Pennsylvania, I definitely was like a little bit, winter blues were definitely a thing. But anyway, Sunday hit, and I remember feeling so depleted. Like, mentally, I was like, what's the point of life? Like, I had no drive, I had no discipline, I was just like, meh, like, all right, is this it? Like, where usually and now life is colorful, life is vibrant, I'm excited to wake up in the morning. I literally go to bed and I'm like, I can't wait for my morning coffee. I can't wait to wake up and to not be on my phone, to do a little breath work, to journal, to read my Bible, to work out, to do a couple of things that, like, it's real dopamine. It is real joy, real feel-good chemicals. And I don't want to go back to those days at all. And this just might be what it looks like to be 27 and to continue to grow and develop. But and I'm sure it'll continue to change, and that's the beauty of life, is it's always changing, everything's always evolving, and whatever phase I'm in right now is the thing that'll get me to the next phase. And so I appreciate this phase, I appreciate the last one, I'll appreciate the next one. But yeah, I don't miss waking up hungover on Sundays, Saturdays, and Sundays. I'd much rather be 20 minutes early to the gym and sit in the parking lot talking to the light on my phone. No, but if this message resonates, if anybody made it this far, I appreciate you. I'm always open to having conversations, chatting about whatever you're going through, and seeing how I can support, hold space, provide value, any of the things, and just collaborate. You know, I think that's the most beautiful thing about social media. It's not this chase to be an influencer. It's not this like, oh, I just want to get free things and I want people to bow down and kiss my feet. It is not that at all. I love documenting and I love recording, but I don't love a lot about social media. The thing that I really enjoy is the people, the connections that I make. It's almost like just being a lighthouse, or like lighthouse, right? And you attract the right people into your life, and you kind of repel the wrong people. Again, if you've made it however many minutes, 5, 6, 7 minutes into this video, 6, 7, if you made it 6 or 7 minutes into this video, you probably vibe with what I'm saying. You probably rock with everything that I'm sharing. And so I don't have to go out and knock doors and be like, hey, are you into optimal living? Like, are you into, raw milk and grass-fed beef and moving your body and getting your steps in and spending time in the sun and being intentional with your time and yada, yada, yada? No, I don't have to do that anymore. I can just simply hit a red button, talk to the little light, sip my coffee, share my message, and somebody out there is going to find it. And a lot of people are going to be like, kid's stupid, he thinks he's better than everybody, but I don't think that at all. I'm just a normal dude who loves what he loves, is passionate about health and wellness and helping people, and used to be sick and understands how important our health is, and understands what it's like to lose his health and how nothing else mattered. I love the quote, a healthy man wants 1,000 things: Lambos, Rolex, chicks, status, real estate, Bitcoin, investments, blah, 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 deadlines, promotions. But a sick man only wants one thing, and that's his health. And that's why I'm so passionate about health, and why I believe it's the foundation of everything. Your health, your faith, they're the foundation of everything, because without them, there's nothing. And oftentimes you have to live it to truly understand it, for it to truly be embedded in your DNA, in your heart, to really have it like anchor, like, oh shit, I am sick. I mean, I take that back, because next time you have a freaking cold and you got you're sniffly and you're all clogged up here, you're like, oh my God, I would do anything to just breathe and to smell again. I took it for granted. I'll never take it for granted again. And then you feel better, and then you're like, oh my God, I have so much appreciation. And then you kind of forget, because it wasn't that much pain, right? It was a little bit of pain for a short amount of time. But when you are a freaking lab rat and you're scared and you're losing weight and you're in pain all the time, your family is scared for you, you're going to different doctors, you're on different pills, you're getting different infusions, and it's like, you're kind of questioning, like, does anybody know what we're doing here? Like, you don't have the answers, and it's just kind of this like downward slippery slope of what they told me would work is not working, and now I have to try something new, and now I have to take this new test and drink this thing and do this whatever. There's a lot of pain associated, and you will remember that for the rest of your life. And so I hope somebody can learn from my videos, from my message, how important their health is. But I also recognize and understand until you lose your health, you probably don't understand. How could you? But I hope you can kind of get a sense of what I'm saying. I also hope if you're younger that you take your health more seriously now, because I think people when they're 65, 75, 85 years old, it's kind of too late. Now, there's still things you can do. My mom is a perfect example of this. She's in her 60s, she's rucking, she's eating clean, she's getting outside, she's social, she plays tennis, she does a lot of things that fill up her cup. She's very aware of what she eats. She's very intentional about pasture-raised eggs and grass-fed meats and, eating local produce, having a very colorful diet. She does a great job at that. And she wasn't always that way. I remember growing up, she was drinking Diet Cokes and whatever else we used to consume, but she's learned a lot. And I think education, knowledge, information is so important, because when you know better, you can do better. And there's always like, well, I thought that was healthy, or I thought this was the right thing to do. And then you learn, and then you think differently. For example, I was vegan for a long time, and I thought that was the way, I thought that was the truth. And the importance of staying open-minded and growth-minded, not fixed-minded, is I am man enough to admit that I was wrong, and that I learned about a different way. I learned about animal-based, I learned about the gut microbiome, I learned about all these different things that I didn't have in my old diet. And why it originally worked was because I was not eating Hot Pockets and Ben & Jerry's ice cream. I was eating, wild caught salmon and pasture-raised eggs and raw dairy that's what I eat now. I wasn't eating Hot Pockets and Ben & Jerry's and Brisk iced tea and Monsters and, candy, watermelon Sour Patch Kids. I was drinking celery juice, and I was, making quinoa bowls and legumes, and, I was eating single ingredient whole foods, just not animal products. And so it worked until it didn't anymore. Excuse me. And I'm so grateful for that, point in my life. I don't shit on myself for being vegan. I'm not like, oh, you're so stupid, you little veggie boy, It's like, no, like, that guy did what he had to do. He was doing his best in the moment with what he knew. And again, with an open mind, through living it, through literally practicing on yourself, I was able to evolve and grow and learn about a different diet and lifestyle that seems to be working for me for now. Is it going to work for forever? I don't know. But the bone broth, the rock of fear, sauerkraut, kimchi, pasture-raised eggs, grass-fed meats, shopping local, shopping organic, shopping wild-caught, fish instead of farm-raised fish, like butter and tallow instead of seed oils, like all these things make me feel amazing, and they work for me for now. And I think for a lot of people they would work well. Eating a diverse, I call it the optimal diet, but the highest quality food that you can get your hands on is what I believe you should be consuming. Also, fasting's been incredible for me. Fasting has been I've had a lot of benefits with my gut, because I'm taking time away from digestion, time away from shoving food in my mouth and forcing my stomach to go through these digestive processes. It's like, hey, we actually have time to heal and rest and go through these autophagy and all these processes to actually clear out and heal the things going on within your body that we don't have time to heal because we're so focused on digesting. There's so much happening all at once: repairing muscle, digesting, living. There's tons of processes happening that when you take time away from it all these other things can kickstart. And sorry, I've been chatting for a lot of time here. Anyway, there's probably nobody this far into this video, but that's totally okay, because again, if one person made it this far, you're the man, you're the woman. I appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out with me this morning. If not, guess what? I just got more practice refining my message and speaking to the camera, and I think we should just create for the sense of creating, childlike wonder, creation without perfectionism. I think you just do it and you throw shit at a wall, you see what sticks, you refine, you see what works well, you see what didn't work well, and being input focused instead of results, like what were my metrics and how many likes and how many shares and how many Substack restacks, you know, it's like, dude, what a waste, bro. Like focus on your intention, focus on your reps, focus on your action, focus on your message. And when you truly just want to do good in the world, you truly want to serve others, help others, leave this place better than you found it, share your story, you know, your whole like testimony, dude, you can't lose. It's inevitable you'll win, because eventually, with a long enough time horizon, when you just stick to the plan and stay input focused and action and again, all the things, eventually it's going to turn into something beautiful. It'll compound into something amazing. And so that's all I got for you this morning. I hope that was good. I hope you enjoyed it. If not, that's okay too. We are 5 minutes until the gym is opening. It looks like a couple people are walking in here, so I might go. I'm going to finish my coffee and go have the best day ever. So cheers to my first Saturday in St. Pete. Sending you a ton of love this morning. I'll see you next time. Peace.